Hello everybody, welcome to week 8 of our online course here in the spring, learning how to do programming with Visual Basic. And really this week I don't have a whole lot to mention to you. Basically, hopefully last week wasn't very challenging for you time-wise anyway. You should have been able to get your dice game set up. You didn't have to add anything in particular to it at this point, so you just needed to get it working. The idea this week then, though, is because I hope you had some time to look at this information last week about sub-procedures with parameters and sending control objects as arguments, all these topics, because you're going to need to apply all these topics into version 2 of your dice game. So hopefully you had a chance to look at them last week and let some of that information sink in. And now in version 2 of this dice game, you're going to be incorporating that stuff. So I didn't make a video about it. The game works exactly the same, where these dice randomly show up, although we are adding 3 more dice so that there's a total of 5 instead of just 2. But the idea here is you're adding dice to the game. If you really understand how to create these functions and sub-procedures, you should be able to do this, add dice, and change your code so that there's less code in the end. Now, you might not have less code overall because I'm asking you to put in a valid wager function, that kind of thing. So in other words, the user shouldn't be allowed to wager more points than they have or wager less than 1 point at least. So I'm asking you to include a function in there that checks to make sure their wager is a valid entry. I also want you to add a function that is assigning the random numbers, and a sub-procedure that is assigning the pictures to the picture boxes. So there's a number of things you have to incorporate from those videos from last week to accomplish this correctly, okay? And that's your assignment, to modify that dice game and get that finished by the end of the day next Tuesday. Now, or excuse me, not next Tuesday, it's next Wednesday. We are going this week from the 12th to the 19th, because there are a number of schools that have the 21st or the 20th and the 21st off, that Thursday and Friday. So I'm extending this week 1 day to help you get all these things incorporated in there. And then that Thursday and Friday, we won't start a new week until Monday the 24th of March, and then that's going to take us into April. So we're revising the schedule a little bit here. This week's going to run from Wednesday to Wednesday. Then the week after that, we'll start on a Monday and run it until Tuesday, end of the day Tuesday, like we normally do. So hopefully the information from last week made sense to you. This is where you have to really apply it now, and you should find that applying those concepts are going to help you make this a more scalable program. In other words, adding dice to it shouldn't be a problem and really shouldn't add much code. Just a couple of lines of code calling the sub-procedure that's setting up the pictures and the dice. Same thing, I need more random numbers. I've got a function doing that, so I just call that function a few more times. So hopefully by making these edits to your dice game and applying those different sub-procedure and function information, it'll make sense as to why it's worth it to do that. Have a good week.